Today I will be showing you how to calculate the standard cost of making 1 unit of a product by baking a batch of double chocolate chip cookies. First, we need 1 cup of flour. For this recipe, we only need 1 cup of flour. I bought a 5-pound bag of flour at the store for $1.84. 5 pounds weighs roughly 2,270 grams. 1 cup of flour weighs 132.2 grams. 132.2 divided by 2,270 is 0.058, which means 1 cup of flour is roughly 5.8% of the bag. $1.84 times 5.8% is 10.7 cents, meaning the flour to make 1 batch of cookies costs 10.7 cents. Next is the cocoa. We need 2/3 of a cup of cocoa for these cookies. To make the cookies, we need 2/3 of a cup of cocoa. I bought an 8-ounce package of cocoa at the store for $2.99. 8 ounces is roughly 226 grams. 2/3 of a cup of cocoa is 56.2 grams. 56.2 divided by 226 equals 24.86%, roughly 25%. 2.99 times 0.2486 equals 74.4 cents. The cocoa for this recipe only costs 74.4 cents. Next, we need 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Then we whisk it all together. Next, we use 10 tablespoons of butter, which is roughly 1 stick plus 2 tablespoons. Next in the recipe is the butter. We need 10 tablespoons of butter to make these cookies. I bought 4 sticks of butter at the store for $2.98. There are 32 tablespoons in 4 sticks, so $2.98 divided by 32 tablespoons means 9.3 cents per tablespoon. I used 10 tablespoons of butter, so 9.3 cents times 10 equals 93 cents for all the butter in the recipe. Next, we add 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar and 1/4 of a cup of white sugar. For the recipe, we need 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar. 1 pound of brown sugar at the store costs 76 cents. 1 pound is roughly 454 grams. 3/4 of a cup is 159.2 grams. 159.2 divided by 454 is 0.35, 35% of the bag. 76 cents times 0.35 is 26.6 cents, meaning that 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar costs 26.6 cents. We also needed 1/4 of a cup of white sugar. I bought a 4-pound bag of sugar at the store for $2, and 4 pounds is roughly 1,810 grams. A 1/4 cup of sugar is 58.2 grams. 58.2 divided by 1,810 equals 0.032, roughly 3.2% of the bag. $2 times 0.032 equals 6.4 cents. 6.4 cents of sugar goes into these cookies. Then we whisk it all together. Next, we add 1 egg and 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. The recipe calls for 1 large egg. An 18-count pack of eggs is $2.77 at the store. $2.77 divided by 18 is 15.4 cents per egg. We only need 1 egg for the recipe, so that egg adds 15.4 cents to our total. Then we whisk this all together. Vanilla, baking soda, and salt are indirect materials. The amounts of these ingredients are so small that it can be difficult to trace them back to the cookies. They add very little to the cost of making the batch. The cost of the vanilla, salt, and baking soda combined was roughly 4 cents. Next, we whisk the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients. Lastly, we add the chocolate chips. The last ingredient is chocolate chips. For this recipe, I used 3/4 of a bag of chocolate chips. One bag costs $1.68 at the store. 3/4 of a bag, 3/4 times 1.68 equals $1.26. In total, we used $1.26 worth of chocolate chips for these cookies. Then, stir in the chocolate chips. Now that we have all of our ingredients together, it's time to calculate the total cost of making one batch of cookies. The chocolate chips were $1.26, the flour was 10.7 cents, the white sugar was 6.4 cents, brown sugar was 26.6 cents, cocoa was 74.4 cents, the egg was 15.4 cents, the butter was 93 cents, the indirect materials were 4 cents. All of this added together was $3.565, or roughly $3.57 per batch. Now it's time to roll the dough into balls. This recipe makes 18 cookies. Then you take the cookies out of the oven and let them cool.
For our variable manufacturing overhead, the oven costs 12 cents per kilowatt hour. We use the oven for 1 hour. So that means 1 hour times 12 cents equals 12 cents per batch of cookies. In direct labor, it took 1.5 hours per batch. The rate is 11 per hour of minimum wage. So 11 times 1.5 equals $16.50 for the entire batch. And then $16.50 divided by the number of cookies made in the batch, which is 18, that equals 91.7 cents per cookie. After we've added all the costs for the ingredients, we then added machine hours, which was 12 cents, and then direct labor, which was $16.50. Our total ends up being $20.19 per batch. Then we divided $20.19 divided by the number of cookies per batch, which is 18, and our total ends up being $1.12 per cookie.
And there you have it. That was how you calculate the standard cost of making 1 unit of a product.